remembering those that perished on the sinking of the RMS Titanic on April 15, 1912. The information provided was obtained and used from findagrave.com. This video contains passengers with the last name starting with J. The remaining passengers will follow shortly. The Jabor family. The Mine Zabar Jabor, age 18. Hailini Zabar Jabor, age 15. Relationship unknown. They were born in Syria and were third-class passengers. Thamin's body, if recovered, was never identified. Hailini's body was recovered by the steamship CGS Montmagny and was listed as number 328. She had golden brown hair. Her clothing were a lace-trimmed red and black overdress, a black underdress, green striped underskirt, black woolen shawl and black slippers. Her skin was very dark and had refined features. Hailini was buried in Canada. The next victim is Sidney Samuel Jacobson, age 42, born in Africa. He boarded the Titanic with his wife and they were second-class passengers. They were traveling to Canada. His wife survived the sinking, but Sidney did not. Sidney's body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is Jose Neto Jardim, age 21, born in Portugal. He was a third-class passenger and was traveling to New York. Before leaving, he had his wife take a picture of him with his newborn daughter and asked her to send it to New York. The photo was never sent. Jose's body, if recovered, was never identified. Jose's occupation was listed as an agricultural laborer. The next victim is Denzel John Jarvis, age 47, born in Wales. He was an engineer and was a second-class passenger. His body, if recovered, was never identified. Denzel's cenotaph is located in England. The next victim is the Jefferies brothers. Clifford Thomas Jefferies, age 24. Ernest Wilfred Jefferies, age 21. The brothers were both born in Guernsey. They were second-class passengers and was traveling to New Jersey. The brothers were accompanied by another gentleman, their sister, and her husband. Their bodies, if recovered, were never identified. The next victim is Stephen Curnow Jenkin, age 32, born in England. He became an American citizen and settled in Michigan. He worked in the copper mining industry. Stephen went back home for a holiday visit with relatives. He was booked to return on another ship, but due to the coal strike, he transferred to the Titanic. Stephen's body was never recovered. His cenotaph is located in England. The next victim is the Jensen family. Uncle, Niels Padar Jensen, age 48, occupation is listed as a farmer. Nephew, Sven Loritz, age 16. They both were born in Denmark. They boarded the Titanic along with his niece and her fiancé, and were third-class passengers, traveling to Oregon. Hans Padar Jensen, age 19, born in Denmark, and fiancé of the niece. Hans' occupation was listed as a delivery driver. The three bodies of the men were never recovered. The next victim is Jacob Alfred Bonus Johansson, age 34, born in Finland. He was married and had 4 children. They were booked on another ship, but due to the coal strike, they had to board the Titanic. They were traveling to California or Washington and were probably third-class passengers. Jacob kept a diary while on the ship. His wife survived the sinking, but Jacob did not. Jacob's body was later found and listed as number 143. He had light brown hair and a light mustache. His clothing were a gray suit, gray socks, and no boots. Effects were a memo book, calendar, letter, a gold watch and chain. 2 seals, a gold chain, locket, key, knife, comb, fountain pen, purse, 2 pins, coins and $264 in notes. His belongings were returned back to his wife in Finland. Jacob was buried in Canada on April 24, 1912. The next victim is Eric Johansson, age 22, born in Sweden. He was a third-class passenger and his destination and reason is unknown. He did not announce his intentions to authorities and thus was considered an illegal emigrant. His body was recovered by the Mackay Bennett and listed as number 156. Eric was buried at sea on April 24, 1912. He probably was identified by the ticket found in his pocket. He wore a gray suit, but no shoes. The next victim is Gustav Joel Johansson, age 33, born in Sweden. Gustav's occupation was listed as a farmer. He was accompanied by another gentleman and was traveling to North Dakota. They were third-class passengers. Gustav's body was later recovered and listed as number 285. He is buried in Canada. The next victim is Carl Johan Johansson, age 31, born in Sweden. His occupation was listed as a stucco worker and was engaged to be married. Carl was traveling to Minnesota and accompanied by two friends. They talked him into leaving earlier than expected and they boarded the Titanic. His body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is Nils Johansson, age 29, born in Sweden. He was a third-class passenger and was traveling to Illinois. Nils was accompanied by several people. One of the female friend was loading on the lifeboat. Nils told her, "Send my regards to father and mother." Nils' body was never recovered. The next victim is Alfred Johnson, age unknown or 49 per the obituary. He was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. He is remembered on a plaque in England. Alfred's occupation was listed as a seaman. The next victim is August Johnson, age 48, born in New York. He was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. August's cenotaph is located in England. The next victim is Malcolm Joachim Johnson, age 33, born in Sweden. He was traveling possibly back to Minnesota. Malcolm's body was recovered and listed as number 37. His signet ring, recovered from his body, was returned to his family. He was buried in Canada. The next victim is William Cahoon Johnson Jr., age 19, born in New Jersey. He was a third-class passenger and his occupation was listed as a seaman. William's body was never recovered. The next victim is the Johnston family. Husband, Andrew Emsley Johnston, age 35. Wife, Elizabeth Watson Johnston, age 35. Son, William Andrew Johnston, age 8. Daughter, Catherine Nellie Johnston, age 7. The parents were born in Scotland and the children were born in England. The family boarded the Titanic and were third-class passengers. Andrew's occupation was listed as a plumber. The family perished in the sinking and their bodies were never recovered. Elizabeth's sister's entire family also perished in the sinking. The next victim is Charles Cresson Jones, age 46, born in Pennsylvania. His occupation was listed as a superintendent of Colgate Estate. His body was recovered later in April and listed as number 80. He was buried in Vermont. The next victim is Lelio Jonkov, age 23, born in Bulgaria. His occupation was listed as a potter. Lelio was a third-class passenger and was accompanied by fellow inhabitants of his home village. Lelio's body, if recovered, was never identified. His cenotaph is located in Bulgaria. The next victim is Nils Hilding Johnson, age 27, born in Sweden. He was a third-class passenger and was accompanied by another gentleman. His occupation was listed as a former leasehold of a farm. In March, he asked for immigration. His destination was unknown. Both men died in the sinking and Nils' body was never recovered. The next victim is Henry Forbes Julian, age 50, born in Ireland. His body, if recovered, was never identified. Henry's cenotaph is located in England. The next victim is the Gisela sisters. Anna Mari Gisela, age 19. Katrina Gisela, age 19. They were born in Finland and traveling to New York. Anna and Katrina's bodies were never recovered. If you like this content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel at MeTime806. Thank you very much.